Today's Tech Tuesday is going to be some tips and tricks on how to use Google Classroom based on how your teachers are utilizing that. So, most of these classes I am a teacher, but I am a student in this one. So, I'm going to show you a few things that may help you kind of navigate Google Classroom. First thing I'm going to talk about are questions and assignments. Questions and assignments are both going to show up as work that you need to complete. We're going to talk about an announcement as well, and there may be some times that your teachers will use announcements. But questions and assignments are the ones that are going to show up as work to complete. Not saying that an announcement is not something your teacher wants you to do, but questions and assignments show up over here. First thing is an assignment. An assignment shows up with a little clipboard. Now, there are potentially three things that your teacher may want you to do with an assignment. If, as this one, a file has been attached for me, and your teacher has made a copy for you. That's why this one already has my name in it. So in this case, my teacher wants me to open this assignment, open this document, make some sort of change. Maybe it's to insert an image of something. So if I find an image that is in my Google Drive and I've attached that to this, it'll probably take me forever to find a picture. So maybe it's an edit or something that I've added. Maybe it's to change the phone number. Maybe it's to, maybe your teacher has different questions they want you to answer. Whatever it is, I've made the edits to this, and then I can hit here, turn in. So that's going to take me to this. It's going to ask me again, do I want to turn it in? I'm going to say yes. And now my assignment has been submitted. It's going to give me a little green check mark. Now, let's say that now I notice, oh, well, I wasn't supposed to delete all that text. Okay, let me unsubmit. That's going to let me edit this document again, because once I turn it in, I'll show you what that looks like. This now is as if you've handed the paper to your teacher. You don't have it anymore. I can't click on this. It's not editable by me. I can fix that though by unsubmitting the assignment. If I unsubmit, now I go into that same document, and now I can make those changes. So I can maybe it was all the text I was supposed to delete, and then put a drawing in this. I'm not going to take the time to do that right now, but let's say that I finished my assignment. I've answered the questions. I've changed the things they want me to change. Now I hit turn in, and now it's prepared now for my teacher to grade. The other way that could happen is if your teacher has made some suggestions for you and they return it to you, and it'll come back as returned. Then you can open that document again. That's like your teacher handing back the paper to you after you've graded it, or after they've graded it. And so now you have those changes there. So as you see, it's going to open up new tabs every time you do that. So that's the first thing your teacher may want you to do with an assignment, is they've attached something that is for you to edit and for you then to turn in. Another time they might, or another thing they may do with an assignment, again, assignments have the little clipboard, is they may just want you to open a file, which this one has been deleted apparently, but let's say this was a video for me to look at. I watch the video and then I mark it as done. That's pretty much all I needed to do in this one. Now it's completed. If it is maybe a link out to another website where I complete something on another website and then come back to Google Classroom and mark it as done, because completing that work on another website is not going to communicate with Google Classroom that I completed it. So that's second option, that maybe they just want you to view a video and then you hit it as mark as done to say, yes, I watched the video. Another option that they may want you to do is, this one is an example. So here I've got a slideshow that she's attached for me. I've got some work here, and then I've got a website that I'm supposed to view some information on. With this, though, my teacher has asked me also to produce something. So I produce a document on my own. I can go here to add and then use the Google Drive link, as this is going to link from your hard drive and you want to make sure it's linking from Google Drive. I link from here. I find the document that my teacher wanted me to produce. Let's say it's this one. And I add that. And then I'm ready to turn in the assignment. And I turn in all of those because those were all things that I needed a copy of. And now I've completed that assignment. So those are 3 options your teacher may choose to have you do with an assignment. So it's either something they've produced that they want you to fill in and turn in. Maybe they want you to go out to another website or watch a video and mark it as done. Or they have an assignment that you produce something and then you add it to the assignment. So now those items are not going to show up here anymore because I've completed them. Now, the other thing that will also show up here are what are questions, and they have a little question mark in the upper left-hand corner. These are simply questions that your teacher can pose to you in however they want to do that. Perhaps they want you to take a quiz on another website, and they've linked to that here, and then they want you to type in what your score was, or maybe it's just a bell ringer or an exit ticket that they've asked you a question. So this all happens directly in Google Classroom. So what is your favorite movie? I type in Back to the Future and I submit it. Now I'm done. And it may be that you are able to interact with your other students with these answers, or maybe your teacher just wants you to simply answer to him or her. This particular question allows me to edit it, so my teacher can still see my previous answer, but I can go back and say, oh, well, you know what, really, my favorite movie is really The Goonies. So I'm going to submit that. So that's going to show that latest answer. Now my work reminders are clear because I've completed everything. The other thing that your teacher is going to possibly use to communicate with you on Google Classroom is an announcement. And maybe it is work that you need to complete. So in this case, I have a survey I need to complete, but it's in an announcement. It doesn't have a little tag here in the upper left-hand corner. I have to be sure then that I know how my teacher has assigned this, if it is an assignment, or maybe it's just a reminder. Make sure that you know how your teacher is using that. But here it's going to link me out to the survey that I can then complete and then submit here. Maybe a link to a website, maybe a link to a video, and just resources that your teacher has given you. Keep in mind, though, announcements are not going to show up if it is work that your teacher wants you to complete. An announcement is not going to give you a reminder to do it. So that's going to be on you to remember which things need to be done, and that's where you'll want to write things down or set reminders. Couple other things to draw your attention to. If your teacher utilizes the topics section, this is where you can actually pare down material from the stream. So all the things that were assigned today all have a September tag to them. And so I can click on that, and that eliminates the other stuff from the stream. The other place I want you to take note of in each of your classrooms is the About section. This is where your teacher may have given you some files. I know in my classes, this is where I put the syllabus and class rules and those things. And I also keep the weekly assignments here as well as on the stream. But a couple other things, even if your teacher doesn't utilize that, this is where you link to the Class Drive folder. So your Google Classroom folder from all the things that your teacher's posted will be linked there from the About section. And then Google Calendar, which will show you all of your due dates. So those are some things to keep in mind with Google Classroom, and I hope that helps.